day, beautiful people, and welcome back to the channel. Yeah, the last 2 weeks was beautiful with all the pro surfers here, but it was crazy. Everybody was dropping in, you know, every surfer in his little mind think he was a pro surfer. I'm coming down on a wave and like 3-4 oaks drop in. I had my finger pushed up when an oak dropped in front of us and his board hit me on my finger. I thought it was broken. But on, I think Friday on the finals, oh, what a finals. That was excellent. But the morning earlier, I didn't watch the semis. I couldn't let those waves go past, bro, and not surf it. And it was solid, as you all see. So I went out there at, it was tubes and point. But now, I'm doing my timing there to go in. And I checked, last wave of a set came, I jumped because I want to duck dive at foam and then it goes quiet and it can suck me out. As I do my duck dive on that first part of the last set, my hand slipped off the board. Phew, and that board of mine popped up in the foam and I got dragged. And now when you miss that duck dive, you going over the rocks. Yeah, I'm floating over the rocks. As I put my hand to pedal, I feel like, hey, the rocks is about on. I let the board go and I just started swimming, pull the board with my leash in, you know, getting a little bit deeper, wash down to Spain and then get paddled out. And when I get out there, my friend Ed, he came out. He's 75 years old. He says, hey, bro, I was worried about you. 75-year-old worrying about me getting paddled. Oh, man, we had such good fun. There was quite a few surfers out there, but there was respect. Once the wave gets a little bit bigger, then all the wannabe surfers is on a beach. So it was good. And then I went and watched the finals. That was excellent. Sea oaks in the water and keep the stoke. Shouting for Ed to take off on that wave. I want to drop in behind him. A big set's coming. Oh man, I had to dodge all these surfers in front of me. I was worried about you after this wave.
Spanish house, all the way to Spain. Woo!